What's up, everyone? Lucas Dantas here. This is the first presentation in the AI Smart Business community. That's the right name, right, Angel?
That's right. That's right. AI Smart
AI
Business.
Smart Business community. My name is Lucas. You probably have seen me from other YouTube videos. But first, I'm gonna do a quick introduction to introduce myself to you guys. So my name is Lucas Dantas. I'm originally from Brazil. I have been living in the United States since 2019, and I came from an IT background. So I used to work with IT. I used to do dynamic CRM customization, but from IT perspective. I am a certified dynamic CRM professional from Microsoft. That's a CRM solution that Microsoft has created. And when I started working with CRM, it was much harder, much difficult. There was a lot less content out there. The tools were a lot harder to use. There was no Zapier, Make, NAN. So whenever you needed to do some sort of integration, sync between other applications, you needed to find someone in India, in Pakistan, to get them to do this. So having this experience and seeing HighLevel, that's when I saw the potential and how powerful this tool can be. Coming from the IT field, I'm very technical, I'm very analytical. I started running ads for companies when I moved to United States back in 2019. And when I met HighLevel is when everything made sense for me, because I was able to use my skills with running ads, running traffic, generating traffic basically, with a CRM, with automations, using AI. So it was the first time everything connected for me, being able to use the traffic that was generating and making sure they were being treated the way they needed to. Making sure they get the follow-ups that they need, make sure they get the emails, the messages at the right time, at the right place. So that's basically my experience. I have been using HighLevel now for almost 2 years. I have learned about HighLevel back in 2023. And since then, I have been creating content in Portuguese, and naturally, I had to leave my agency. So I was working at a digital marketing agency, and I had to leave the company because I was getting a lot of requests for people that wanted to know how I use HighLevel in Brazil, how HighLevel can be used in Brazil, and that's why I launched a lot of info products. I have my own SaaS, I have my course. Actually, if you go to GoHighLevel right now and you go to the featured course section, my course is there. So my course is one of the featured ones, and I imagine it's based on time that people spend on the course. Otherwise, I don't see any reason to be there because it's not the one with the most amount of people. But anyway, after this quick introduction, I would like to present to you Angel Sopena. I met him at the Level Up Summit last year. We connected like right away. We are like basically on the same page when it comes to technology, how to serve people, how to deliver results. So I'm very excited to have him here. What's up, Mejo?
Hey, what's going on, Lucas? I'm so excited to be here with Lucas. I remember when I met Lucas, this guy just reminded me so much of me. He's so happy, he's full of light, and he's a businessman. So I like that. So yeah, we met back in October. Was it October, right? Summit?
Yes,
October. And just to talk a little bit about me, I'm from Puerto Rico, so my native tongue is Spanish. So I came from Puerto Rico probably like 15 to 16 years ago. I was a long time. So I feel like Arizona. I currently live in Arizona, so I feel like Arizona is my new house. But you cannot compare Puerto Rico with Arizona. I mean, so they're two different places. But just to talk about my experience a little bit, I come from the background of a little bit of IT, software engineer, SEO, a lot of SEO. I have worked for two agencies. One agency was a national agency that focused a lot of marketing. I have served more than 2,000 businesses across the whole nation and international. I have worked with small startup businesses to like huge businesses, especially my specialty has been more in the SEO industry. And that's one of the reasons why Luca invited me to come over here and do this thing with him. I love SEO. I think SEO is beautiful. It has opened so many doors for me and my family. So one of the biggest things, just to talk about HighLevel, and that's how Lucas and I connect, is when I was working in agencies, one of the big factors that people keep asking was, how did I measure my ROI? Like always. Like, how did I know SEO is working? How did I know paid ads are working? And Lucas, you probably have seen that as well in your end, right?
Yeah.
So that was like the biggest thing that I saw, and I'm so grateful for like HighLevel, especially for the AI era that we live. I think with this AI era, it can empower so much small businesses to really compete with large to international business. That was a saying I was just very spoke by one of the AI creators of this era. Right? They said that this is the time that one person will be valued into, I think it was $1,000 million company. So one person has the power these days to build a multi-million-dollar company with AI. So that's just a little bit about me.
Awesome, man. Amazing. And just to talk about a little bit more about the community that we're building, the goal here is to share helpful information to help you get your first quick wins in HighLevel. We know that that's a tool that has a big learning curve, that for most people, we see that they have a hard time understanding everything. Some things look intuitive, but sometimes they're not. You know, sometimes for you to have one feature working, you need to do a setting on another feature to make sure that works properly, you know, and that's our goal here. We want to minimize the learning curve to make sure that the features that you would like to use, you have a clear path, a clear process to be able to deliver that to your clients. In Brazil, I create a lot of snapshots that I leave available for people, and I want to do the same here. Me and Angel, we're going to be doing this as times goes by. Today, I'm going to leave one of the snapshots for you guys. We're going to talk about Google SEO and also a way that you can use automation to get more reviews on Google and consequently improve your rankings when it comes to organic searches. Did I forget anything, Angel?
No, you said it right. And I think about the community, one of the biggest things beside HighLevel is, you know, with this AI era moving so fast, we want to keep you updated what is happening with the AI when it comes to like the search, when it comes to ads. Really, we just want to empower you so you'll be able to really compete in this era. And I think one of the biggest things that we talk about, Lucas and I, is that we want to provide these tools that are easy, right? Easy for you guys to accomplish, but also we want quick wins at the end.
Yes, exactly. So with that being said, I think we can start our presentation. I'm just gonna give us what Google has been doing that's going to change how local searches work nowadays.
Yeah. Let me see if you see my screen, Lucas. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen over here. Somehow
Yes.
I can't see it. But yeah, so I know this is an awesome topic. I'm so excited for this topic. Honestly, I love SEO and AI. I love it so much. I've been working in this industry for a few years, probably like 5 to 6 doing SEO specific. But I know a lot of people, and probably Luca, you're familiar with this kind of view that you're seeing right now. This is ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
So as I talked today about this new era of search, especially with Google, I want you to focus to leave what do you know about SEO, because SEO has totally changed with this new search that Google is implementing. We already experiment that with ChatGPT, right? Right now, we know when we go to ChatGPT, a lot of people probably, Lucas, how many times do you use this? How many times do you use it? Yeah.
Well, I would say like on my computer at least 5 times a day. But the thing is, I'm on my phone. Sometimes I'm driving and I'm sending audios to ChatGPT to help me with a task. You know, sometimes people call me and I say, oh man, I need to create a content about this. And then I send an audio to ChatGPT in order to generate that copy so I can use later on.
There you go. Yeah. So you it's so much that we're using it, right? Like you're using it daily, me too, probably 10, 20 times a day. So when we talk about SEO, when you start thinking about that, really it's like we are interacting with ChatGPT. So if you have a business, a small business, is how did I get my business on the new search or the AI mode? So we're gonna send you this page and put it here in the community. So this just happened a couple, I think it was 1 or 2 weeks ago that they start talking about this, but really Google has been experimenting with this for a long time. It hasn't been released the same mode.
They have the data, right? They have all the data.
Yeah, they have all the data. They learned from ChatGPT quickly that you needed a chatbot kind of thing, right, to just interact with it. So I want to focus more about like what can you do today to be able to appear. So we're gonna give you this link. You can go here. You can start with the AI mode. A couple things that I'm gonna show you is how the shopping part is moving, and how important will be your Google business profile on this kind of terms. So the first thing that I want to show you is this is how really the normal and traditional search look like, right? So right now you go to Google, you see the 3-pack over here. Before it used to be 5, right? Right now there are 3. But something that that Google changing, if you go to the AI mode, is they are giving you your personal experience. So first, going to be personalized to you. So what I see, Luca probably will not see. Right, that's the biggest thing. It's just it's going to be an ecosystem between your emails that you have, everything that you're doing with the ecosystem of Google, and now Google will give you suggestions and will give you the things that you need, right? As a local business, first of all, you're probably going to start losing a lot of clicks, and I'm going to talk about that later on. But I just want to show you how it's looking right now. This is how it's pretty much like ChatGPT, right? Like this is ChatGPT pretty much. You have the search right here.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's like you're showing a couple images in here. They're showing you what is unique and creative. So one of the main things with Google new thing is they want to empower communities and localize. So they want to give things to the businesses and what are they doing. So community will be huge on this. This is how you need to stand out, right? So this is just a search that I did. I did taco restaurant on Dallas, and this is what appears, right? Another thing that Google is going to start implementing, and you guys know this, is the short videos. Short videos are here and are to stay. Right? We have a lot of short videos. And I'm going to talk about that later on, how short videos will play a huge part in this AI feature. And then we have shopping. And this is interesting. This is going to be for those e-commerce websites, especially for clothes or for items. I don't know if you have done this, Lucas, but Amazon has something similar. You take a picture and they will show you how your devices, what it would look in your house. I don't know if you're trying that before.
What I have done last week, I've done a website for my barbershop, the barbershop that I go. So I created a website for free for them, and I took one picture like in front of the mirror where all the buzz cutter are, and then I added to Flow, and it created a really nice video that I added to their homepage. I'm gonna show you at the end. We can show these at the end.
Yeah, show that. That's awesome. That's good. You know, a good implementation of AI. So right now, imagine that for your local business with Google, right? So even though that it's going to change a lot of things, we're going to show you like what do you need to do and be aware right now for your business. So that's going to be one of the things that you can swipe close from your end. But anyway, here we're going to send you this. It will explain everything. But let's go to the presentation. So in the presentation, we're going to talk about even that the search will change, and it has changed, right? Google Business Profile or my Google Business, right? This little profile that you see when you're searching here is going to be the main thing that is going to differentiate you, but also we don't talking more about ranking factors because really the search has changed, but about experience. We need to think about experience. So one of the biggest things as we go to the Google Business Profiles are the reviews, right? Like Google, if you go to here and you do the search, and I want to do it again, one of the biggest things that they're going to be doing is just going to be pulling this data, right? Like how, like the highest rated, like that's the first thing that they're talking about. They're talking about high rated, right? So they want to provide the best.
Authentic there, because that's probably one of the factors that people take into consideration when they are looking for Spanish food.
Exactly. So you have all of that, and especially the rating, the how authentic it is. So as we go through this presentation,
I was gonna give, I think for example for Brazilian food, I think the searches will be highly rated, but the other one I think will be barbecue or will be like the buffet, you know, because most people that are looking for Brazilian food, that's the two things they're worried. If it's high rated, and also if it's one of those buffets, the buffets that's like no, that all you can eat, you know?
Yeah, though you can eat. And I think like the high rated part would not change as much because that's a factor, but probably the other one will be based like in your search. What are you really doing, right? Like more personalized, right?
Yeah, you have been.
Right. So, and the ones that we have control would be the one that is about reviews. And that's what we're going to talk about that, right? So this AI power, one of the main things that we need to focus is we need to focus less on the keyword. Like really, as we think about keyword and all that, we just need to literally just take that right here. And just for me, I would just say like, don't worry as much anymore about keyword when it comes to keywords, because worry more about the experience and how high your business is receiving reviews, right? Mm-hmm. Another thing that is happening here is, like I spoke before, it's going to be the personalization. So what are you doing, right? Like what really, like do you book a hotel in that area? And now Google will be showing places that are close to the area to you because they already know that you're going there. So we will have to start thinking about that kind of thing, right? And
So
then
where
also,
I live, Angel, like it's not a big town. It's 4 cities around here, and I'm wondering if I look for local results, it might give me results from other cities because I go there frequently.
right, and they are honestly, like at the end, Google's trying to do their best based on your behavior, right? And as we go, like you mentioned, you just have to make sure that your clients, your potentials know this. And that's called like the awareness period, right? Like there's different stages of awareness or conversion. As we are focusing on SEO or AI, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. How's that look like? I have some slides that I want you to talk about. I want to share here really quick. Let me see if I can share this. I have another slide here that somehow I don't see it here, but let me do that really quick here. So I want to show you this part because I feel like this part is, I actually, one of the guys from the SEO industry, he's focusing a lot of this, and he is right about what is happening here. So when we are start thinking about SEO, we have to not only think about Google anymore. Like Google, with this huge update that did within the search, the traditional search we know is Google. There's Bing, there's DuckDuck, right? There's Brave. There's other this traditional searches, but with the AI era, what is going to happen? You need to diversify, right? Like you need different places that you have this presence and authority more than the keyword, right? So for e-commerce, you have Amazon, you have Walmart, you have TikTok Shop. So you have to make sure you are present in those places and building good content. As the same thing as with the LLMs, right? You need to make sure you are in Perplexity or ChatGPT and all this blog content that was in the past. Right now, I feel, and we will learn as we go, all this content about blog and keywords and search, it has its place, but because Google is already giving the answers like ChatGPT, a lot of people are now probably going to your website. So how do you differentiate from people? How do you are different? How do you build authority? We know that everything's moving to video, like everything, right? TikTok, Instagram videos. So we need to use that power. Another one, like I spoke over here.
Let me add to it. I can see now people that like my main traffic sources for my course in Portuguese. I see now ChatGPT is one of the sources. So people are searching there. What is the best way to learn high level in Portuguese? Who are the people who I should follow to learn high level in Portuguese? And they are providing my content because it's on YouTube, you know?
Yeah.
And like you said, keywords are not that important, but Google, they crawl everything, so they know every single word I said in the video. So they are able to deliver that result based on every single word I said in the video. It's going to check authority, check like how many views, check everything that I'm saying on that video, and make sure it matches with the searches.
Yeah, no, you're right. And this ecosystem that Google will have is so powerful that it's not only going to be traditional search anymore, right? Like you mentioned, they have scripts. And probably, and part of that is because you have content on TikTok, you have content on Instagram, you have content, and this is feeding this. So if we talk about, when we're thinking about this, how do you feed the AI models, the LLMs, right? How do you fit that? So I want to show you really quick here how do you do that. The main thing that we want to focus over here is going to be on Google Business Profile, right? So when it comes to Google Business Profile, we're going to send you a checklist. There's a lot of things that you can do. So we will put that on the community. But the main things that you need to really, really start paying attention is like, how do you personalize more your business profile, right? That could be with images, that could be with events happening in the community, right? Because we know that people are going to start looking, Google's going to show more events. That's just a given, right? Google wants to give people what is happening so they can come in, right? There's going to be fewer clicks on your either Google Business Profile or also your website, because now everything is in the chatbot. So how do you drive people to it? When it comes to local relevancy, right, it's so crucial that your content is localized, really specific to like local. So if you're talking about, if you're building a video, right, on TikTok or Instagram, make sure you're talking about where you're at, what are you guys going to be doing there, any special on that city. And then now the most important that you have full control of is your review. How are you doing like your review management, reputation what strategies are you using, how can you implement faster outcome, because at the end Google is going to show the best business. That's their goal. It's the best result is what Google's going to show. So Lucas, what do you think about the review part and things like that?
Man, I have something to show about reviews. I'm gonna start with the difference when you are worried about reviews and when you're not. When you are actively working on getting your reviews and when you're not. So here, that's an example of a client that was running a review automation. And we can see here on the invite trends how many people were requested for a review on December, on January, on February, and how that completely vanished after they stopped. So there's no more reviews coming. And if we look here at the last 6 months, 187 reviews and none basically since January. Right? We had one review in March. Since December, they had three five-star reviews, but most of these reviews came from before when we were actively working with them. So you see how it just changed everything. They are not getting reviews. If you see here, the last review they got March 4th. And this is hurting their results. And I'm gonna show you some ways that you can create automations, create solutions to help your clients to get more reviews. I'm gonna open my screen right here. Let me open my automation. This is the first automation I'm gonna show. So this is a WhatsApp automation. This automation here has no trigger. I'm gonna make it available for you guys so you can choose whenever you're going to add people to this automation. You can add a tag, for example. So whenever you add a tag review request, people will get this first message, and I'll show you right here how that works. I'm gonna add myself to this automation. So I need to find my contact here. I'm gonna open this contact. I'm gonna add myself to this automation. I'm gonna add myself manually. I'm getting this message, and I'm gonna open my WhatsApp here so you can see how that looks like. So this is a fake company, but this is a service evaluation message for ABC Construction. So this is the message they will get after a service has been finished, or after a customer has visited your clinic. You know, after the job that you are supposed to deliver has been finished. That's the best time for you to ask for a review. Right after the service has been done, right after the customer is happy about what you have delivered to them. And they will get a message like this. They click on evaluate and they get these options. This is customizable. So if you want to add the name of the options, excellent. Oh, my experience was great. My experience wasn't very great. So you can choose what's going to be written here. The automation will give you access to everything that you see here. But basically, we're trying to understand what was the level of service that was provided. And if I click on fair, for example, and I send the message, I'm going to get like some sort of, so here saying, we noticed your experience wasn't a 5-star one, and we would really love to understand how we can improve. If you can, let us know what didn't go as expected. We want to surprise you next time. And if it makes sense, we're happy to offer you a discount your next time. Talk to us. So here we say, my food was cold and my drink was warm. And then what's gonna happen is that they're gonna say, oh, we're sorry. It's going to send like a generic message, and internally we're gonna send this message to here it shows my company name, my sub account. Of course, it's going to show your company name when you are working with your own sub account. And you can give special instructions. This is a GPT comment that I'm running here on this automation. Let me go back here so you can see. So here we are sending the message saying that they want to know how we can get better. Then we are waiting for the response. Then we are asking ChatGPT to analyze their response and come up with their own answer. You know, so this is when we get sent, and then there's an internal notification saying that a customer has left a 3-star review. And that's a notification that for someone to go and talk with that person, you know, understand what went wrong, and maybe offer a discount, offer a next visit, offer any type of help that would change the perspective from that person that has had a bad experience. That's what we're trying to do here. And of course, if I'm gonna add myself to this automation, if I click on 5 stars, let me add myself here. Let me run the test. Let me go back to here. So if I click, I had a 5-star experience. It was excellent. It's going to tell me would you please share your experience with our company on Google? And it's going to give me the Google link so I can leave a review. So I click on the link. Well, this is just a basic Google link, but this is where you add the Google review link. You can get that from your profile, going to business.google.com and getting the link from there. And you just add to this automation, and you can add it right here. We have the step called Google review link, and this is right here what we're doing. So you just go to your page and you grab this link and you replace it with this one. Yep. And of course, you can change everything here. This is, like you said, it's called service evaluation. There's the name of the company here. And you can also specify more information saying, oh, thank you so much for doing business with us. We are very thrilled to have you as a customer. Would you please rate your experience with us? So you can change the word in here so you can make it more like your brand voice, like the way you talk to customers, the way you want to position yourself. So this is the automation. This is for WhatsApp, but I also have a quick example for a survey, and I like this a lot. Let me go to my review snapshot. This is the snapshot. I'm gonna make it available for you guys. So here on survey, you're gonna find a Google review survey, and this is how it looks like. And just so you understand how this works, this is a customer satisfaction survey. We are asking them the full name, the appointment date. This is for, well, of course, you can change this field. It could be maybe service that was executed, maybe it was like a hospital, the procedure that was done. Based on the context, you can change what information you're looking for here. The goal here is for you to have a key information that, so the appointment date, for example, I can see everyone that has an appointment on that date, so I know who that customer is. Because CRMs can get messy sometimes, especially like we have a lot of clients. So you want to have a way to remember about that client, to identify that client. And the appointment date will show you like the most recent ones, And so that's why we're using appointment date here. And here is where the magic happens. Here on the left side, we can specify actions for each one of these options. So if people, they are saying they had a 5-star experience, what we can do here, we can use this disqualify immediately. And what that does is, before people even finish filling out the form, we are able to send them to a Google review page. You see right here, disqualify immediately. So right after people click on 5 or 4, you can do for both, and then leaving the other one for 3, 2, 1. So you can send them immediately to a Google page. In the other ones, you can disqualify after, because here you're getting more information. How likely are you to recommend us to a family member? Because they might say it's a 3-star, but they say it's likely they will recommend. So maybe you want them to leave a review. So based on these answers right here, and we even have a last question that asks how we can improve. More service option, lower price, better customer service, and other. So this will give us information so you can reach out to this person who did not have a good experience, so you can fix it. So you can let him know that you care about them, because that's what we want to do. We want to show our clients that we care about them. That's why we reply to reviews. That's why we try to get reviews as well, to show people how other people's experience was with our business, so other people get convinced that you are a good option for them.
Yeah, and I want to say too that like Lucas is explaining here, you can do this through SMS, right? You can send a link and they can open this. You can do that through email. And working with so many companies so far, the thing that I see the most value for the best price and for the automations is reviews. Like there is nothing else that I would say. Like literally, you can run ads all day, you can do many things, but if you want to get an impact on Google and your reputation of your business, if you get assistant, a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm a business owner, I'm a small owner, I don't have nobody, I'm busy, but I go to send them myself. When they don't have assistant, and Luca, you probably have seen this, when they don't have assistant in place, nothing happens because you're too busy. But if you implement a system, it will do it for you. So that at the end, that will increase a lot of your reputation, your clientele, more clients, and the conversion for sure.
Yeah, and I see sometimes that people does not have a clear vision of what they want to do. So maybe they see like a cool card that people can scan the QR code and leave a review, but they don't have a process to show the QR code. So they have something that's fancy, that looks nice, that they like it, but since there's no process, it's not effective, you know?
Currently, we run 26 stores for a franchise, right? One of those franchises in the U.S. And the interesting part is like we did that. We did one of the with the QR codes at first because some of the places have lower reviews. So the QR code is doing okay, but it's not doing 100% what an automation will do. Of course, when you have low reviews, you need to have a strategy, and that's one of our strategy is like, okay, we need to really filter at first a little bit we want to get honest feedback, of course, 100%, and we want to make sure that our clientele is taken care of. At the same time, I feel like you have to have a strategy so your reputation is not damaged as well. So this will help a lot with that.
Yes, and one of the things I wanted to mention is that there are some people that do review gating, and I would be careful with that. And that's why we're using the form, using WhatsApp, using SMS, because if we go into a page to the other, Google has access to the referral. Like, how are people getting to that page? You know,
Yep.
Google have access to everything. So Google.
And I would say train your staff, right? If you have more than one person in no situation, like this person had good experience or not, like you can feel it. And if they didn't have experience, like do the survey, but internally get the feedback because people really want you to be heard. They will express it on Google if you don't ask them. So get the feedback so that you guys can improve the business.
Yes, and basically that's it. I think we can show some bonus, like some things on Google AI that people can be using right now.
Yeah. So
Let me just show this picture I have took this last week, and what I was able to do with one simple picture, because this like is mind blowing. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me just find the folder here.
oh, that's the picture you're talking about with the yeah. Show the video. That's incredible.
So I have it right here. So these are the pictures I've taken. Hopefully you can see my screen.
Yeah, right now we see it. Yep.
Yeah, so I took all these 4 pictures. These are just pictures, and then I went to Flow on Google. Let me open here. So this is Flow.
And we probably later on will be teaching a little bit about this for sure.
Oh yeah. This need a whole video about itself because this is crazy.
Yeah.
And this is the new VO2 interface from Google. So when I click here, I can see everything that I've done from this project. So basically, these are all the pictures I've taken for this client specifically. So look at this video that I was able to generate with the picture. This is really nice. And you always generate 2. I didn't use this one because there's someone that looks in the mirror in the background. So I didn't like that very much. See? But
Oh, yeah.
this is insane. And like this scene was generated from that picture. This never happened.
Crazy, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I took a picture of the place, and I can add this to Google Business Profile
Exactly.
as a video.
Yeah. And that's how it should be, so people know experience what is happening. Even now, like you mentioned, that never happened.
Yeah, I never walked into here. Like in this one, these people don't exist.
Yeah, crazy.
Never.
Yep.
And
That's the power of what is happening right now. I'm glad that you showed this so small business can see.
And let me just show you like the finished product. So this is the website and the video on the background.
Wow. That is good work, right? Holy cow. That's a videographer. How much would charge for that locally? So this is power right there.
This is a website I can easily sell for $16.97. That was the offer I made, and he accepted. But I told him that I can get free haircuts for a while.
Yeah, you do some trade.
Yeah. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to add an AI agent here in the chat widget, and I'm going to charge him $97 per month.
There you go. There you go.
That's good.
Yep.
He's happy. I'm happy too. And he's going to get something that works for him.
Yeah.
Yep. Insane. And,
That's awesome.
and the other thing, just last thing. So we have here a booking calendar. Oh, so look at this. Like all we can do here at HighLevel. It's insane. So here we have the book appointment calendar. And here we're going to add the review automation. So 15 hours after they have the haircut done, they're going to receive that SMS message with that survey. So they can leave their feedback and get a Google review link or an internal review form. So this is what we can do with AI. So this is just an example, but there's a lot of things that we can do. There's so many things.
No, and thank you so much, guys, for giving us the opportunity to be here to teach you a little bit about SEO and reviews. That's part of our goal here is just to build a community which we can serve and our all experience that we have just to give it to you guys. So thank you, Luca, for inviting me. I appreciate it, man.
Awesome. Thank you, Angel. Thank you for your presence. Thank you, everyone that has joined the community, people that will still join the community, and people that will be watching our next presentations from now on. Welcome, everyone, and we're gonna see you on the next one.
See you guys.